Good morning, girls. I'm back. We just did a makeup live and now we're gonna do hair. I am really excited because the Black Friday and July sale is still going. There's not a lot of time left on it. So if you see this, I want to make sure and say it right away at the beginning. Go stock up on what's left in stock. Grab what you want. There are so many goodies and it's up to 70% off tools, hair care, accessories, you name it. Like almost the entire website is on sale. So if you've been eyeing something, now is truly your chance. Even if it's just a bunch of hair care, shampoo and conditioner, whatever the case, it is the perfect time to go stock up and save. Hey Nicole, I am back. I'm looking for my Thermal Magique. Can I see it? I think. Nope, that's an empty one. Where did I put it? Here it is. No, you guys probably think, how could Savannah possibly be any more organized than she already is? Like, she couldn't. Having 800 items thrown into one drawer, including empties, that takes a level of organization that some people just don't have. All right, we're going in with Thermal Magique. If you don't have Thermal Magique, it's a heat protectant, but it's also a humidity tamer. So if you do live somewhere that it's humid, this is gonna kind of help protect your style and lock it in. It does have a little bit of grip to it, so you're gonna get a little bit of hold, and it's going to help like protect the hair and coat it. So it's gonna protect it from heat, and then it's also gonna kind of keep it coated and hopefully lock in that style from humidity as well. So really good multi-use product. Good morning again, Darcy. How are you? Okay, and we've kind of got that spread through. So let's get our tool turned on. Zoom in just a little. I'm going to use the Duo Flex. Ever since I found like this new technique that I really love, my two obsessions, I kind of will do this sometimes. Tell me if you guys do this with your hair. Like you kind of get hooked on one style or a tool or a product, and you kind of do that like every single day for a while. My two obsessions as of the last couple months has been the Duo Flex and the Versa Waver. So I've kind of bounced back and forth between these two, and then I've also put them together a couple days where I'll do like a lot of beach waves, but I'll throw in like random loose curls here and there. That was actually really pretty. I love the final look on that. But we're just going to do the Duo Flex today. I'm heading to work, so I don't have like a crazy amount of time. But yeah, those are like my two kind of tools I've been really using constantly lately. I don't know, I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I love like the beachy kind of messier look, and I just think they're both so pretty and kind of really good with that. Okay, so we're gonna just section our hair. I don't have anything in as far as styling products besides Thermal Magique. My hair is clean. I blow dried it, washed it and blow dried it before I got on here. And yeah, that's one thing I will say is for a long time the rumor was like your hair has to be dirty or it's never gonna hold a curl. I'll tell you guys, this is naturally how straight my hair is. This is just blow dried, no using a brush, like literally just taking the blow dryer and blow dry it. So when I tell you my hair doesn't really love to hold a curl, this is what I mean. And everyone tried to convince me for the longest time that you had to have super dirty hair and all of this to be able to curl your hair. And I basically had just gotten to a point where I was like, I guess I'm just not going to be able to curl my hair because that's definitely not working. And I will say I find my hair curls better when it's clean. That's not going to be the case for everyone, but I tell people like, try to keep mental notes. Like when you're having a really good hair day where you're like, oh my gosh, my hair looks amazing, it lasted all day. Try to keep like a little mental note like, okay, what did I do today that made it this way? And that might be like, I did wash and blow dry my hair today, or maybe it was yesterday, you know what I mean? And you kind of can think about that. What tool did I use? What products did I prep with? How many products did I use after? Like, did I do a lot to maximize the hold, or did I just throw in a little bit of oil and kept it super like almost product free? You know what I mean? And then That's not to say that's the only way you're going to be able to do your hair. It's so that when you need those perfect hair days, you have that mental list of like knowing what you need to have the best hair day possible. Alright, let's talk the Duo Flex, you guys. As you can see, it's quick, it's easy. I'm going to show you my exact technique. But if you've never seen this tool, I do love it. This of the Duo family was the only one that I was like, okay, this is going to take me a minute to like figure out. And now that I have, I love it. I do think it gives a very, very unique curl. It's similar and the same as the other Duos in a lot of ways. But it does have differences. So this has an adjustable clamp. You can tighten it or loosen it. I'm using it on the looser setting since I do kind of want that more like beachy, fluffier curl. The plates are not floating titanium, okay? They're actually angled. So if you can see, this kind of curves up and then this one curves in. So when they meet, it is a little bit of a tighter clamp. Things it does have, like the other Duos, is the built-in cooling fan. So if you can hear the fan going, that's not a drying fan. Please do not use this on wet hair. It's cooling. So as your hair is being, as you're pushing this through your hair is getting cooled while you're styling. So you're going to get longer lasting curls. It's going to be faster and it's just helping to set them into place. So if you do have hair that falls really, really fast, any three of the Duos is going to be a game changer for that. The Duo Flex does have a negative ion generator, upgraded titanium plates, so you're going to get tons of shine, tons of sleekness, like definitely one of those that you can one pass curl your hair and it's going to be sleek, smooth, curled. You know what I mean? It's not the kind of tool that you need to go in with a straightener and then curl your hair. It should work all in one. So, hey again, Kenya. Alright, a little tip. With the other tools, I tend to go up and down when I'm curling and push out. With the Duo Flex, I actually go sideways. I'm going to roll up the hair and I'm going to keep the tool in a horizontal angle versus up and down like this. And I think the reason I love that more is because of the difference in the plate shape. It just glides through easier and gives me, you know, that kind of look that I want. That is also a hack you can use with any hair tool that is supposedly supposed to give you more volume when you curl it sideways instead of up and down. You can go roll up or you can roll down with this. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to change the direction of your curl. So see, this one's going towards my face because I started upside down and rolled up. And this one's going away from my face because I started with the top on the top and rolled down. Another thing you can do is alternate directions. Like if you want to really have a lot of volume, a lot of that just different textured look, roll up on one, slowly glide through. And then on the next one, we're going to go the opposite way. So we will go start with the top down and we're going to roll the hair up. And just slowly glide through, and then we've got one going towards our face. So you can totally do that as well. I guess we can start doing that. Can't remember which way I needed to go on this one. I already lost track. And the main thing is you're going to want to just keep a consistent motion through the hair. So as you're rolling, you're also kind of spinning the whole time and just keeping that consistent motion. I think that's part of what makes this tool so quick is you're not having to set and let that heat take hold on the hair. You're just pushing it right through. Good morning again, Desiree. How big is the barrel? Like how long or how thick? I'm going off memory. If you go on the website, so I have it linked above and I'll put it down here as well for you guys. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see where it says like product description. And like things like that where it kind of gives you like the features, the dimensions, anything. So check that. But I want to say it's like a 1 inch or 1 1/4 inch. But check that for sure. And then as far as the length, it's right in between the standard and the grande size. I, again, don't have the actual measurements memorized, but it will be on that link. If you guys want to check it out, it'll just take you right to the Flex. And you can read the product description and all of that. Okay, yeah, I think it's a 1 inch or 1 1/4, but I'm not sure. I could be way off, Shauna. So definitely just double check. Like I said, the link should hypothetically take you right to the LiduaFlex, and if you just scroll right below it, you'll see where it says like product description and things like that. And one of those, when you hit the plus sign, is going to tell you the measurements of it. Alright, again, we're kind of alternating directions as I remember which way I'm going. Gliding through. I just love like the bounce in these curls, and also how it just makes your hair so shiny and healthy looking. It's just too good. Obviously we're live, so I want to make sure you guys feel super confident in using this. What? I don't know. I'm on live. You'll have to ask your dad. I don't think so. It's supposed to rain. Alright, love you. He's asking me to go fishing. If you were on my last live, I was just talking about his hyperfixation on that. But yeah, anyways. It's a lot easier if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I can't do a flat iron curl. This is easier for me, and I think it's one thing primarily, which is the built-in clamp. I'm not having to squeeze this certain pressure that's like the perfect in-between to get the shape, but not so hard that I can't glide through, and I think that makes a big difference. So again, we're going to roll up the hair, keeping the tool sideways. And if you ever get your hair, like I just got it stuck in my hand, just pull out, and then you can undo that, and you're just going to slowly glide through that hair. Sorry, that wasn't a very good release for you guys to be able to see in the back. You can also, I'm doing this two-handed, but you can do this one-handed. I will say it takes just a couple times, and like you're going to be a pro at this, and you're going to be wondering how the heck you ever used a curling iron, because these are just so much easier. I'm getting that curly one and wave and straightener, shampoo and conditioner, and heat protection. Yay! I can't wait for you to get your new goodies, Desiree. Alright. I like to do one section at a time, but for me it's just easier, like to help keep my hair separated from each other, things like that. You could totally just take down an entire section like most people do. This is just easier for me, so just in case that really simple little tip could help somebody. Yeah. Alright, we're going to clamp, and this time we're going to roll up. We're still alternating directions. You basically just want your hair to be covering both sides of the tool. So basically think of doing a full rotation of the tool, and then you're just going to glide through, and there's your curl. This time we'll roll down. So again, we're clamping like 1 to 2 inches below the root, rolling up the hair, and we're just going to slowly glide through the hair. I got something messed up here, I can tell, because it wasn't really gliding. I guess that'll work. Close enough. I could tell it wasn't sliding. I don't know if I had my hair in my hand where I was like squeezing the tail and it couldn't actually glide, but I could tell it wasn't gliding smoothly. Okay, again, we're just going to glide through. There's our curl. If you want all your curls going the same direction, just either rotate all of them up or all of them down. Horizontal, clamp, make sure your hair is covering both sides, and glide through. We're going to do it again over here. Oh my gosh. I'm like, is somebody here? You're kidding me. I better make sure. Better not be. Phew. It's just my own paranoia, girls. Why do I always think someone's going to show up at this store when I'm on live? Alright, starting with like a 1-inch section, I would say is good. This tool is pretty much the same as any tool in that the smaller the sections you do, the more definition you're going to have, and the looser the section you do, the less definition you're going to have. If ever you do the full circle just a little tip. I noticed that I do this without really thinking. If you ever do like the full rotation and maybe that's a little bit too tight, just hit it back a little bit so it's like a 3/4 turn, and then you can slowly kind of roll it as it gets towards the end when you don't feel like that's too much tension. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Like, you're doing that full circle and then you're like, oh, that's a little tight. Just roll it and loosen it a little so it's either a half a turn or a full turn. And then when you get towards the end, you can finish rolling at that full circle. I just want to make sure when you guys get this, like, you feel like you can actually use it. If you want to save this tutorial so that you can re-watch when your school comes in, message it to yourself, share it, something like that. And like I said, I want you to be able to get this and use it. Kenya, I always get so many compliments on how voluminous my hair looks when I do your alternating curl tip. Yes, I love that tip. So I definitely didn't come up with that. I don't know who did or where I first heard it, but it totally works. Totally. Also, since this is titanium and all of that, this is definitely going to give you a long-lasting curl. If you like to wear your curls for multiple days, it is going to loosen. What's the word I'm looking for? Drop. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying you're going to wake up and your hair is going to look like you just curled it, but when I tell you it's going to look really good, like, I'm not kidding. It really will look super good. And probably even way better than you think. Good morning, Sandy. How are you? Alright, I think we've gotten the back. I don't usually do this, but I might just do one more section just to really add that bounce and stuff. And then in case I do wear these curls again tomorrow. I've been washing my hair a lot more lately, so tell me how you guys feel about this. So for the longest time, I saw everyone saying tips like, you know, washing your hair too much is bad for it, da-da-da-da-da. So for the longest time, I was like trying to wash my hair less. Like, I would still shower and stuff. I would just put my hair up and like try to avoid getting it wet. If that ever happens, just re-curl it, guys. It's not a big deal. But anyways, I would try to like avoid washing my hair as much as possible. And maybe I'd do it like anywhere from 2 to 1 time a week. I don't know. Anyways, I started thinking back to like when my hair actually looked its best, when it was its longest, when it grew the fastest, least amount of damage, all of that. And it was when I washed my hair every day, like without fail. Like very rarely would I skip a day. And so I've actually went back to washing my hair a lot more recently. And I do feel like it's growing. Whoa, that got a little crazy. Anyways, I messed that one up. But I do feel like it has been growing faster since I started doing that again. But you guys will have to let me know your opinion. I don't think it's gross to not wash your hair or anything like that. Like, zero judgment from me on that end. But the only reason I was doing it was for, like, the hair health aspect. Because everyone said it's so bad to wash your hair every day. You know what I mean? Jerry, good morning. Oh my gosh, I just realized you weren't on my other live. So I'm glad I caught you because I feel like every morning I get to chat with you. Right now I have until hair dryer brush that my mom got me. Nice, Desiree. Thank you for the hair link. Of course, Marla. Thank you, Sandy. It works because I also have fine thin hair, so you get it. Alright. So on the top, I'm going to kind of go up and out just to kind of lift my hair off the scalp, hopefully get a little more volume. I didn't do a full turn on that, and I realized it came out as a little bit more of a wave, but I think it's fine. I'll just recurl it if it doesn't look quite right. And I'm still going to keep alternating directions. Ooh, I put my finger right in the crack. This does have another feature, which is that the titanium comes a little further out on the side. So you do get a little bit more of that even curl, but you obviously don't want to put your finger on it like I just did. So it definitely gives you a little more of that consistent heat versus just being in the middle. in these very front pieces, I try not to get like too crazy because I don't want to like, zing, you know what I mean? What lawn hairbrush will work for thick and tangled hair? Honestly, any of them. I don't think there's any one particular. It just kind of depends what you like in a brush. The Sienna paddle brush is really good if you're wanting to redistribute like natural hair product or natural hair oil and products. As in, like, if you're going in between washes and you kind of want to spread it around, that's a really, really good one for that. The Sienna wide brush is really nice if you want one to be able to brush out your curls with and things like that. I love it. But yeah, there's also, like, just a standard typical brush that I can't remember the name of. That might be the Sienna paddle brush, actually. Whatever one has boar bristle in it, it says, that's the one that you should get if you want to redistribute natural oils and products. And I think it is the Sienna paddle. But anyways, then there's like a traditional hairbrush. There's the Sienna wide brush. But you could definitely brush the hair with any of them. It just kind of depends what particular you want about it. Oh, that one got a little curly. I must have went a little slower. Again, I'm using the looser setting on this clamp. For me, with fine hair, I feel like if I do it on the tightest one, like that's almost a little too tight where I kind of struggled to like get the tool cleanly in one motion. It's probably me. I'm probably just not quite setting it up quite right. But the adjustable clamp is nice because I have had people comment on like the classic and they want the clamp a lot tighter, which you can just squeeze the end because the classic and the edge have floating plates. So you could squeeze it, wrap your hair around, and then your hair should keep the tension. But this, it just has the adjustable clamp, and it will give you a slight difference in curls as well. It's going to be subtle. It's not going to be like a completely different hair look. It's going to be about a 20% difference. So if you look at the picture, the looser clamp is going to be a little bit more of a looser curl. The tighter clamp is going to be a little bit of a tighter curl. But again, it's going to be about a 20% difference. But you do have that option in there as well when you want more casual versus maybe a little dressier. Thank you, Angela. When I try to alternate, I get lost in what I did last. Honestly, I did it too. So I just kind of like do whatever comes naturally and try to keep flip-flopping them. I don't think it has to be like an exact science, like exactly every other one. If it was every couple, I think you'd still get a lot of volume. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So the one nice thing about the fan, and I think all of my LaDuo friends can confirm, your hair cools so fast, which I love because I don't even know what time it is. I should probably make sure I'm not already late for work. I'm not, don't worry. I have the original model, but I'm going to check this one out. And I love the standard, so there's nothing wrong with the standard if you guys have that. So definitely do not think the classic is not like a really good tool. I loved it for years, and I still love it now. But I also love it as something new. Okay, we're going to take the oil serum hybrid styler. I just totally missed. This is a 2-in-1 product. If you're on my page every day, you're sick of hearing me talk about this. But it's a 2-in-1 water-based oil, meaning it's not going to weigh your hair down. It's not going to make it greasy. That is super hydrating, but it also helps give you a little bit of hold and a little bit of volume in your hair. You can use it before styling, after styling, wet hair, dry hair. Honestly, a very versatile product, and I love it. Like, look at the kind of like grippiness it gives, but yet it has argan, baobab, jojoba, and meadow foam seed oils. So honestly, just like such a good product. And on days where I don't want any like hair styling products, like I don't want hairspray, I don't want dry shampoo, this is all I use. And it works amazingly. I love it. And like I say, it is an oil, but it's a water base, so it's not like a greasy, heavy oil. Trust me, if it was, I wouldn't even be able to use it because my hair is so fine. But yeah, here's kind of our final look. If you like these kind of curls, definitely go check out the LaDuo Flex. But if you've been eyeing anything at all, jump on there because the link, even though it's going to take you to the LaDuo Flex, or no, it'll just take you to the regular page. The sale is site-wide. So maybe you might not love the idea of the LaDuo Flex. Check out any other tools, hair care, anything you've been eyeing because up to 70% off for just a few more days. It will not last much longer. I know a lot of stuff is probably already selling out. So go take advantage, snag what you can, and just get you some really good deals. It's like Christmas, but in July. You don't have to wait all year for it, and you can just shop for you, which I find even better. Also, I feel like if you do, and this is kind of just in my head because I have a daughter going to college this year, and I guess just back to school in general, if you have like a daughter going off to college, or maybe, you know, a younger daughter who's like just kind of starting to get into her hair and makeup and things, this sale is a really good timing for that as well. So yeah, if you guys didn't see my post, I am so excited, but Zuri actually committed to play volleyball for a college team. So I'm really excited about that. I only have one daughter, and my volley mom days were over, and I was so sad. I even cried at her last game, and I'm not a crier. Like, I literally never cry, barely. But we have just cherished these memories so much, and so I'm excited to get to watch her play a little more. I'm also relieved and excited that she's going to be a part of a team, because I feel like that's going to be such a good way to like meet friends and kind of get into the college experience versus kind of feeling more like secluded. Like, I feel like that could be really awkward, and just having like that extracurricular thing. But I'm so excited for her. Thank you guys, and thank you for all your sweet comments last night. She went through and read every single one, and truly it meant so much to her. So anyways, thank you guys so much for that. We are so excited. I know I won't be able to go to every game because it is an out-of-state college, but I'm gonna go to all the close ones that I can. So thank you, Valerie. It really is finally growing. I'm telling you, this side is still not that much. I finally cut just this side. I know, don't tell your hairdresser. I trimmed it at home. This side is so much more damaged than the other. The only thing I can sleep is maybe I sleep on this side, or I pull on it more with my hands. I don't know. But anyways, the Bond Repair. If you are struggling to grow your hair out, I'm going to tell you this. Your hair is most likely growing. Your hair grows up here, but you have to retain it down here. So if it's breaking off down here faster than it's growing up here, your hair's growing, but it's never getting longer because you're not retaining the length. Bond Repair, the Miss Bond Repair Serum on Lanja's website, go get that. See if it's on sale. There's also a shampoo and conditioner. That one step has been a game changer for me. Like, I've been doing the vitamins, I've been doing, weekly hair oiling, stuff like that. I had never used Bond Repair. That made all the difference. But yeah, anyways, I better get going, girls. Love the curls. I love getting to hang out with my ladies. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, if you want to save this tutorial, message it to yourself, share it to your Facebook wall, whatever. Then you can come back when your tool comes in. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Go check out that sale. I linked it above and down below. There's some really, really good deals. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, girls.